Alright, so now let's move on to the Aether Current quest located here in Yesterland. Yeah, we'll cut through the bushes just because we can. So, not far from the plaza is this lively lass. Let's go and speak with her to take on her Aether Current quest entitled Perplexing Puzzles? Endless Fun. The lively lass is looking for a playmate.
Hey mister, can you believe it? I just finished setting up a brand new game for my friends, and they've already gone and disappeared. Unbelievable. It took me ages to think of all the clues and hide them around town. I guess it was all for nothing. Hold on, I've got an idea. Why don't you give it a go? Trust me, you'll have a great time.
And so,
okay, here's the first riddle. By yesterday's gate stands a tiny mountain piled high. See if you can figure out where I've hidden the next clue.
yeah, it's one of those situations. Thankfully, we do get arrows pointing us in the necessary direction, unlike the quest that we got over in Tuliyola, where we had to rely strictly on the clues. I was like, is that what I think it is? Yeah, and the answer is no, it's just a random monster. So yeah, right by the entrance is this stack of crates. So let's go ahead and check for the clue. You find a hidden scrap of parchment inscribed with the next clue. Congratulations on solving the first riddle. Here's your next clue. 4 lamps loom over streets of glass, but only one true light shines on Her Majesty. Which is a clue that is actually right over her shoulder. Yeah, which is the one that's right over her shoulder? Just to be absolutely certain. Only one true light shines on Her Majesty. So I'm pretty sure that we have to find the one that's facing the statue. Facing the tower. Yeah, we can see it from here. But yeah, it's not the east one. Is it the south? Nope. Okay, it's the west then, because yeah, the first one seemed to be a logical spot. You find a hidden scrap of parchment inscribed with the next clue. Great job on solving the second riddle. Here's your next clue. Over the river, inside of the spiral, behind the pointy hat, hide the shrubs you seek. So yeah, it's weird that it's this one, like maybe because it's the closest one, but as you can see, the view is obstructed by the rails. So, northbound we go. Means we gotta weave through the bad guys again. So how are you doing tonight, Bubba? If you don't mind me asking. We try and dodge all the outrunners here. So where's our next spots? It's right over here. Hidden bed of shrubs. I don't imagine they would get much sunlight over here. You find a hidden scrap of parchment inscribed with the next clue. You're a dab hand at this. Just one final clue to go. The princess awaits your return. P.S. You'll also need the password, I want to be your canary. Because of course we have to reference Final Fantasy IX in a place like this. Let's go. Only makes sense, right? Off we go. Maybe. Then we'll weave our way through. Jump over this wall and get past the Spriggans. We gotta get over there somehow. And we gotta make it back over to the castle itself. Seems that we're likely gonna be taking the fancy double hairpin again. the way these roads are laid out here in this game, like, I wouldn't be surprised if they tried and did like a real-life racing auto race here. Yeah, I'm sure Formula 1 fans would love the tight turns and the heavy braking zones and the significant elevation changes. Oh, look out. Yeah, stay clear of the outrunner. Be on your way. Alright, let's go ahead and speak with the lively lass and complete the quest.
Whoa, you found me! I'm guessing you know the password too, right?
Yeah. I want to feed your pony, greet your kitty, or in the middle.
Amazing! You passed with flying colors!
And so,
now that you've finished, I thought I'd tell you how I came up with my clues.
yeah, I certainly would appreciate that.
The first clue by yesterday's gate stands a tiny mountain piled high. Of course, I meant the entrance to Yesterland and the stack of crates a few steps away. There was one kid who used to hang around by the gate and make sure any newcomers quickly got the lie of the land. Pretty nice of them, right?
Yeah, that was. And then...
Alright, time for the next one. The false lamps looming over the streets of glass. Well, they're the street lights in Starglass. The one about one true light shining on Her Majesty is because you were supposed to look for the street lamp closest to the Messel terminal.
yeah, not just the one where your view can be obstructed.
From there, you can see Queen's Fiend's statue from in between the air cab rails. Quite the sight, huh?
And then at spot number 3...
For the third part of the puzzle, my clue was over the river in sight of the spiral, behind the pointy hat behind the shrubs you seek. The river I'm talking about is the old Electrope River, and the spiral is the air cab station staircase. And the pointy hat? Easy. That's the building with the funny shaped roof. Whenever we used to play hide and seek, it was always a popular spot. I figured it'd be a great place to leave a clue.
And last but not least...
the last clue about the princess waiting for your return. Well, I wrote that because princesses live in castles, and that's where I was waiting. I bet you're dying to hear about the password too, right? I want to be your canary is the code we use when we needed to keep something secret. It's the title of an old play about a princess who falls in love with a commoner.
In other words, basically the prince and the pauper, but as a love story.
That's the great thing about this game. It's not just about having fun, it's also a great introduction to Yesterland for anyone who's just arrived. Everyone knows about the Bergmar Ring and the Isprint's wheels, don't they? I wanted to take folks off the beaten trail and make sure they learned our password.
And now I know it too.
Although, I guess I won't need it anymore. Still, I'm glad you played my game, mister. I think I'll go for a last wander around the place. It's been fun. Thank you.
Yeah, take care, young lady. Enjoy your last precious moments. So we'll take her 418,000 experience points, 915 gil, and another Aether Currents. Alright, one more to go, so we will warp back over to the main Aether in order to get back to Canal Town. Alright, let's go and make our way over there. And of course, the Aero Terminal is the last place we have to go, but we still have to activate the main story first. Take me back to where we started. Alright, back on the scene. And as you can see, our two quests are very far away from the entrance. Also, of course, I have to be wary of all the water monsters that are around here. Make sure I know exactly where I'm going. Eventually we will make it. Of course, this is the spot where the Bellagio fountains were located. Yeah, of all the things to draw inspiration from for this amusement park and living memory, they used the Bellagio. That blows my mind. So, we have 2 quests here. One of them has the ether current we need, so let's go ahead and speak with this tenacious tour guide, and we'll go ahead and take on his quest entitled Well Wishing at the Wishing Well. The tenacious tour guide appears to have some unfinished business.
You'll never guess what just happened. There I was, right in the middle of one of my tours, and my customers just up and vanished. There's nothing worse than not being able to see something through to the end. I need to do something with all this pent-up pep. I don't think I've ever given you the tour, so how about it? I promise I won't take up too much of your time.
Well, you do have the ether current we need.
Now, Canal Town wouldn't be Canal Town without its water, and where better to dip your toes into the local history than in 2 of our storied fountains. Come, I'll be waiting for you by the font of devotion.
Yeah, which is not that far of a trek. We just have to go back over the bridge. Yeah, of course, this is the fountain that we got started before we shut everything down at the terminal.
There you are. For such an obliging participant, I have to pull out all the stops. According to the legends, there are 2 water sources imbued with mystical properties in Canal Town. The first being this fountain right here. They see that a mere mouthful is enough to fill you with vim and vigor.
And what about now?
Given that the town prides itself as a resort of revitalization, there could hardly be a more fitting fountain. Whether you believe the old tales about its healing waters is another matter. Myths are myths, after all. I hope you aren't too disappointed. Nevertheless, though its waters may be decidedly mundane, the font still lives up to its name. Over the years, crowds have flocked to the fountain, invariably leaving soothed and refreshed. For those who display such devotion, perhaps there is something to be gained from a gulp or 2.
I hope that you whet your appetite, because another fountain awaits.
Come and find me on the eastern side of town.
Alright, onward. Make sure we find the best path to get to him. Yeah, looks like we'll just have to hang it right when we get into the bridge here. So we'll merge on the other side. And here's fountain number 2.
Excellent. Allow me to continue. You stand before another storied fountain. These waters are said to bring happiness to whoever tosses in a coin.
So it's basically the Trevi in Rome.
And if you are already blessed with happiness, I'm sure a different wish wouldn't go unanswered. Plenty of folks used to do just that in days gone by. Are the legends to be believed? Well, there's only one way to find out. Here, take this coin and make a wish.
Alright. Yeah, let's go ahead and decide on what we're going to wish for. We don't actually get to find out what Mathai does wish for, but once we do, we complete the quest. Maybe we'll find out the answer in the cutscene.
I know I ought not to ask, but what did you wish for?
To get done what needs to be done, the strength to help as many people as I possibly can, for this journey to never cease, or it's a secret. Yeah, given that we're so close to the end. I see. It sounds like you have some weighty responsibilities. I do indeed.
You know, I've given this tour countless times, but not once have I made a wish myself.
Well, there's no time like the present, because who knows how much longer you'll be here.
And not because I pour scorn on the legends or anything like that. I just never got round to it, but thanks to you, I got to finish my tour. To mark the occasion, I think I might just toss a coin in.
Yeah, go ahead, sir. Now, as for my wish, if I had another chance at life, I want to connect with as many people as I could through my job. And so in it goes. I worked here as a tour guide in my former life too, before it became a home for the endless. Living memories open to living, breathing folk, seeking relaxation and revelry. Boy, did I guide a lot of people back then. I never tired of sharing my knowledge and hearing visitors' wonderful stories. I suppose that's why I took up the same job as an endless, and I'm proud of that. Proud of staying true to myself. But you didn't come to hear me harp on about my life. Thank you for sticking with me till the end. I hope you enjoyed yourself as much as I did. Well, sir, you're certainly going out in style. Here's hoping our wishes come true. Farewell, my final customer. And to the heavens he goes. You know, we've given him a reason to be happy as he's on his way. And the coins disappear too, ironically. And it's not just the spirits of the people, it's the coins they leave behind as well. So we'll take our 418,000 experience points, 1,001 gil, and our final quest-oriented Aether Currents. Of course, that does not include the one we get from the main story. But now, there's one more side quest to resolve. So let's go back through to the west end of the city. And you gotta pass by the Font of Devotion again. Alright, so yeah, we're pretty much out of the opening, so the last quest currently available is on the opposite side of this plaza. So let's go ahead and we see this person here, a Deguero Archivist. So a young lady here. Let's go ahead and speak with her to take on our last quest for the side quests entitled The Canals of History. Unreturned books are a nightmare for any lending library.
Welcome to the Deguero Medical Collection. Forgive me for being so forthright, but I don't suppose I could ask you a small favor? The facility's medical history texts were formerly available on loan, but several borrowers have disappeared and are no longer able to return their books. I was hoping you'd be able to help collect the outstanding monographs.
That sounds like a lot of stuff to pick up.
Eventually I too will be erased, and I can't imagine the collection will receive any more visitors. Nonetheless, a vast wealth of knowledge is contained within these walls, and I have every faith that it will prove useful to someone. Someday. Hence, my determination to ensure that no document is left behind. I shall search the northern side of town. I ask that you check the southern terrace. If you find any books that relate to medical history, I'd be grateful if you could bring them back to me.
Alright. So we'll let you be on your way, and we'll do our thing. So it looks like 3 spots to go to. Just a matter of getting there, though. And trying not to get lost. Which I definitely did. I can chalk that up to just not being familiar enough with the map. Alright, winding through, up and over the bridge. Being chased relentlessly. Alright, here's a time-worn tome. An appearance of Electrope has triggered a profound transformation in Alexandrian medicine. Indeed, it would be no exaggeration to suggest that we are on the cusp of a new epoch. Though it would be premature to dismiss the continued importance of time-honored arts, such as herbology and healing magics, we must be aware that any advances made via the application of electrope are bound to foster new techniques. Alright, so we've got that one. We see another one over here, a faded folio. Let's have a chance to look at this one. The technique of stimulating the body with electrical energy to alleviate pain and other conditions has recently garnered a great deal of attention in medical circles. In more practical terms, the abundance of electrical energy means the technique is also attractive from an economic standpoint. However, concerns about the dangers of corporeal etheric imbalance remain, not least among ethereological researchers, many of whom disapprove of the technique. A thorough study into the potential side effects of electrical treatments is clearly warranted. Alright, so we got 2 books from this side. We gotta go a little further though. Pay no mind to the activation of that fate. Oh, how are we gonna get there though? Well, we found our way. With a mint condition monograph, I just hope I'm not attacked by a remembered. When an etheric imbalance occurs within the body, a number of issues present themselves. An overabundance of lightning energy can adversely affect sight and the other senses, eventually leading to paralysis. Due to the environmental changes that occurred 400 years ago, Queen Sphene herself reportedly suffered from an imbalance toward lightning energy, ultimately succumbing to her affliction. Perhaps because of this, efforts to establish a viable treatment have historically been approached with a degree of haste. Yeah, my throat was just about to go out on me there, but luckily I got through just in time to get myself a sip of tea. Hey, hallelujah, welcome to the stream, glad to have you with us. You know, I was able to come and pay you a visit while I was trying to level my character as much as I could. And gotta watch out for all these pesky monsters. Eventually we'll make our way back over to the archivist and turn over what she needs.
Ah, excellent timing. I've just returned from my search. Were you able to recover any documents?
I have these three for you. Here you go.
Wonderful. These were the last outstanding monographs. I can't begin to thank you enough.
So as we look up at this impressive structure,
the De Guerra Medical Collection has always been dedicated to archiving and exhibiting the medical history of the entire continent. As well as tomes and treatises, the facility is also home to a whole host of artifacts, including old curios and medical automata. Alas, I'm now the only remaining archivist, and the doors of the collection have been closed to prevent the ingress of fiends.
I guess you have to open them up one last time, though.
You strike me as a more recent arrival. I would love to hear what you know of modern medical techniques.
Does it include White Mage? Electrope is widely used, but certain conditions remain incurable, including Levin sickness.
I see. Perhaps you speak of the ill effects of etheric imbalance. It saddens me to hear that no major breakthroughs have been made by your time.
So now what?
The history of medicine is never-ending. An ailment is discovered, a treatment is devised. New techniques lead to new diagnoses, and new diagnoses require new treatments, much like the cycle of rain to river, sea to cloud. Technological progress flows ever onwards. As techniques advance, so too does medicine, and the incurable afflictions of the present are consigned to the past. My duty is to catalogue these trials and tribulations, that the knowledge may spur the next breakthrough. Nothing could fill me with more pride. Which is why I plan to maintain the collection until the very moment I disappear. Please accept my heartfelt thanks for everything you've done for the De Guerra Medical Collection.
Glad I could help. Yeah, get those books stored away and the door is locked before you disappear, young lady. So as we Look up and observe this beautiful structure will take our 418,000 experience points and 742 gil. Alright, so near as we can tell, that is all currently available side quests done. But now that means we have a main story to continue on in. So, what do you say we switch back to my Dragoon, and let's finish this. Back over to Pyrolay node.